we are welcoming the pride and joys to the Berks County Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Can you guys introduce yourselves?
Scott Musselman, I was the bass guitar player.
Gene Wise, I played the keyboards.
Kenny Bagginstos played guitars and sang. Everybody sang, actually.
Randy Posey, drums.
Thank you all for being here. So the Pride and Joys have a long history here in Berks County, playing in Berks County, right? So how did you all get together? Can you tell us a story about how the Pride and Joys were originally formed?
Go ahead, Ken.
Shall I start?
Sure.
Go ahead.
Okay.
We'll correct you.
Well, for my sake, I found a guitar in my closet when I was like 4 years old, and it was always there, and I played Peter Gunn theme on the bottom string, lap style. And when I got to junior high school, I met this guy, and we were also in Scouts. We were in Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts and stuff together. Gene was too. And we got to, Randy said, hey, you come up to my house, have a soda. And he said, look at this. And we went into his bedroom, and there he had a drum kit that said Randy and the Royals on the drum kit. And I was like, this is awesome. We were like, what are you in 7th grade,
12, 13.
So, right. So that kind of started, and I knew Gene for forever. We played Army guys together in the sandbox. And shush. Hey, we were children.
They're with the hand.
We were children of the, baby boomers.
The 60s,
right?
the 50s, whatever.
So,
Well, you guys had everything all worked out, but you didn't have a bass player.
that's right.
But
I
you
didn't
were a
have
guitar player.
I didn't have a bass either.
Scott.
So I went out and bought one.
When we met,
Tell the camera.
when we all met together at Northwest Junior High,
Yeah.
Scott was there, and we were kind of all in the same kind of college prep classes. If that's, I don't know what they call it nowadays, but that's what they called it then.
Passing.
And passing. So we were kind of knuckleheads, and we all worked together, and
We used to practice at my house because my parents had a theater type organ in the house. So we practiced there.
push buttons.
Push buttons and tabs and it surrounded you. And
I should have brought that picture in.
yeah, that's right. And it got to the point where we kind of knew maybe 10 songs, and we thought maybe we could play a job. Well, I can't take a big organ like that out of the house and cart it around. So
Yeah, but we had a following from the neighborhood.
Oh yeah.
Like the other 7th and 8th grade kids, if we were playing in the backyard, they'd come around.
Yeah.
They'd come in the house and.
Yeah, at his
You're
house.
right. We didn't know
yeah.
the 9 or 10 songs.
Yeah. So then he had his amplifier and a guitar, and Randy already had drums. I got a portable organ that you can see on there.
Yep, that one there.
And
the Baldwin.
He ended up
Baldwin.
becoming a guitar bass player into a real bass player with 4 strings and a bass amp. We don't know what kind it is. So your turn.
No, and it just kind of grew. And
Yeah.
back then there was so many things to do, unlike today. Dances were everywhere.
Oh yeah.
Pools, schools, churches, playgrounds.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we got into that
Frat
kind
party.
of circuit.
Frat
And then we got into the Animal House stuff at Kutztown College in Albright.
And Albright, yeah.
And like I think you said in the article, we weren't even old enough to drive, but we're playing.
That was a lot of fun.
Really?
Oh, man.
Oh, my
We
goodness.
learned a lot.
Ooh,
We learned a
those
whole
were
lot.
the days.
I like sitting in front of the steps.
No, stop that. I'm not going there. So we played all these pool dances and frat parties and school dances, like you said. Northwest Pool, North Wodenshire Pool, East Reading. What am I missing? Wilshire.
All the rest of them.
All the rest of them.
Fun.
They were everywhere. They were everywhere.
Everywhere.
So
Well, we were pretty cheap too, though.
Yeah,
it
we
didn't cost an arm and a leg to have
Yeah.
us play.
played for nothing. We
It was
didn't have
$5
gas
a
money
man,
because
$20 for the job.
our parents brought that. We didn't have we didn't have any gas
You
money.
should get $40 for
$40.
for
I
3
thought we got
hours.
20.
Wow.
We
No,
started
$40.
at 20. I think after a while we got 10 apiece.
Yeah, I got
Oh,
that.
wow.
$40.
Yeah.
10 apiece. That was good money back
And
then.
then right after the job, we'd go over to a diner or something, or a little restaurant, and we'd spend all our money on hamburgers and French fries and have spitball battles.
No
and
spitball. Well, we did once or twice.
once, yeah, got kicked out. Too. But Yeah, and our parents, Biddonwood, that was a
Oh
big
yeah, Bindenwood, up there on the mountain by Galen Hall.
South
yeah.
Mountain.
Yeah.
That was a neat
those
one.
were
Played a
big
couple-
dances. We
couple
played
ones up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we debuted a lot of new songs up there. I remember we did one of my favorite, the Temptations. We did "You're My Everything." You're my everything.
Oh, yeah.
You're my everything.
We did a lot of temps.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did all kinds of. We did.
But the best part,
Well,
we did Vanilla Fudge, You Keep Me Hanging On. Now, you're both probably too young to know the version by Vanilla Fudge.
Rob knows.
But they went crazy. And at the end of the song, when it's going, and the psychedelic shit, it's
stuff.
Yeah, I know.
Ay.
Randy
Edit.
would go crazy with the drums, starting to throw them all over the place, and he'd fall. And I guess
just to get a break.
yeah, we always did it before we take a break. Then you'd have to put everything back together.
A longer break.
Back then, there was kind of like two types of music.
Yeah,
We
so
called it soul music or psychedelic music.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't have so many different genres, and we were primarily the soul kind
Yeah,
of music.
we were.
But we started getting some of that
We were. We did
Like my
English
fire.
invasion stuff and
Yep.
things like
We
that.
did.
but,
We did Bee Gees. We did the Who. We did the Beatles. We did. I don't know. Did we even do any Stone? We
oh yeah, under my thumb.
Under My Thumb and
Satisfaction.
Satisfaction for sure.
yeah.
The ones everybody did.
But
Wasn't-
Scott brought in the soul music. Walking the dog.
Mustang
Mickey
Sally.
Dog.
Walking the dog.
Mustang
Mickey's
Sally.
monkey.
Yeah.
Mustangs.
Mickey's
Mustang.
monkey.
We almost played that up there.
I'm so tired of playing Mustang Sally. I've been playing Mustang Sally
Double
for
with a
50
blue
years.
dress. I don't know where that would fall in.
Yeah, well, we played that.
Next
Then
question.
just to finish up, towards the end though, the soul and psychedelic kind of got a new thing. All the big bands started coming in, like Chicago, Blood, Sweat, and Tears.
Oh my God.
Well, that was after
And-
us.
Life-changing
started doing some of
experience.
that.
Scott called me up. He said, Ken, you got to come up to my house and listen to this record. My dad just brought me this record. You got to come up and listen to it. I went up to Scott's house. He was 2 blocks away, ran. And he put on the Chicago album. And the first album, and man, what a life-changing experience that was.
They were on.
Whew. I thought, wow, what is this? Who plays music like this?
Good musicians.
Yeah. But those are key moments in our evolution, if you can consider it an evolution.
Well, there goes our 20-minute segment.
Alexis didn't ask us many questions.
Well, we kept talking. Any more?
Prior to really getting together, do you have any groups that were really big influences? Any music that was influenced you to get started playing music, or?
Go ahead, Randy.
The only one I think of, maybe the Beatles. Might have
Same
did it.
here.
Beatles.
I was all the Motown stuff.
Scott was Mr. Motown,
I wasn't into listening to a lot of records. I listened to Bill Cosby and all those different comedian records. I wasn't
Red
listening
Fox.
to them.
Red Fox.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
can't
no, not
fug
him.
it, sug it. No.
Hey, give me your hat. The only one I remember having was The Animals.
Oh my goodness, the Animals.
And Gary Good saying, you got to learn, what was that one? The
House of the Rising
House of the Rising Sun.
Yeah,
You got to learn the
that was a
organ
big one
part.
for
It's
us.
like,
That was a big
wow.
one for us.
Yeah.
By the way, you killed Light My Fire
Yeah.
at the Magical History Tour.
Oh, I don't remember doing it.
Stop it. That was a
the
big
whole
thing
thing was
for us
fun.
back in the day.
So speaking of the Magical History Tour, from what I understand, that was the first time that you guys had gotten together to play in many years. Is that true?
About 50.
About 50.
About 15.
50 since the.
Well, we're all
war.
65. We're all official Medicare
Hey, speak for
senior
yourself.
citizens.
Yeah, we're all on Medicare.
When did you stop playing music as a group when you were younger?
As these four?
Well, yeah.
About 68 or 9.
The
Yeah.
band morphed.
It morphed into
Yeah.
other things.
6, then it ended up with 10 at one time.
Yeah. Well, Scott went away to school, so then we added a couple more. We added a couple more people. We added Mike Blyer on bass and Mike Latanzio
Rick
to
Mattern.
sing. Rick Mattern played
Mike
some
Yutz.
guitar. Mikey Yutz played sax.
Doug
And that was
Searle.
Well, I was going to say that was around the Chicago
Yeah.
blood, sweat, and tears kind
Right.
of horns band revolution.
Yeah.
So we ended up with a 3-piece horn section in the Pride.
Well, we
and
had
Joys.
a trombone and I think a sax, Mike Utz.
Mike Utz played sax.
But I don't remember who played trumpet.
Kevin Hassler.
Kevin Hassler.
I still don't remember who.
We practiced at his house over in Colony Park. Yeah.
Oh, he must have been rich.
No, well, he's richer than us.
Yeah.
Everybody's richer than us. So so we had a 6-piece horn section or 6-piece band.
6 or 7.
7 with the horns, I guess.
Yeah.
And these guys kind of. Well, Gene went on to be a founding member of the band Coco back in the day. So they played all that Santana stuff, and they're very good.
Went in the road a little bit.
Yeah.
That was fun. But then I came back down to earth. But all those different bands that we went in and out of, it was a lot of fun, a lot of learning, and the getting together with people, practicing. And I mean, people don't realize how much practice you have to put in, how much figuring out music, the songs, the harmonies, the horn harmonies. You have to put in 20, 30, well, at least 20 hours a week practicing with each other to go out and play a 3 or so hour gig.
Yeah, there's no glory.
Back then,
Then you'd have to play the 45s like over and over, trying to write down the
scratching them, and
words.
Yeah.
scratching them
I
up.
think
like,
he said no. He didn't say that.
yeah, now you go on the internet, just
Yeah, cut
copy and
that out.
paste and copy. Yeah,
I made
Chords.
the gang I'm playing with now, man. I built a book of song lyrics in about, I don't know, 3 or 4 hours. Internet, AZ lyrics. Download, copy, paste.
Yeah, it shouldn't be loud.
I don't think it really is, but nobody obeys the laws.
Well, I know when I got back into it a couple of years ago, I mean, it was so different. I couldn't believe you could actually tune your guitar in the dark
And not even turn it on.
without even having the amp on for $18.
Yeah, you
know,
just put
get a
that little thing
finger
on the
to put on.
headstock, and
That to me,
That's-
that blew my mind.
What blew my mind was when we jammed the first time and we sounded decent after 50 years. It's like, darn,
Yeah, well,
we sound decent.
Well, we all practiced pretty hard before that first one.
No, I mean,
some of us did.
It seemed like it.
meanwhile,
Yeah, we all got together over at my house. Now, I've been active in the music field, ever since.
Yeah, he's on the wall back here.
I took 10 years off to have kids and, make sure that they didn't grow up to be criminals.
You were lucky. It only took you 10 years to raise your kids. I was still working on it at 40.
But so I've been active, and I have a little space in the bottom in my basement.
A little space.
That's like
it's
a
like
home.
a studio.
studio.
Well, I have electronic drums. And,
I got a few guitars. I got a bass. I got any other instrument you can think of.
Keyboards, everything.
Yeah. So it was easy.
40 different
It was
guitars.
easy to invite them over and just kind of jam, which was really kind of funny because the thing was, I don't know how it happened, but one night I guess I was on the internet and I probably shouldn't have been, and I started saying, "Whatever happened to Scott Musselman?" Because he went away back in college days, and we never really heard much from him. So I thought, I'm just going to Google him. I'm just going to Google his name and see what comes up. So I find, I said, Scott Musselman, and all of a sudden, boom! I get a video of Scott at a podium accepting an award for being
Volleyball or something, or
No, well, you tell him.
tell them your story.
I went to Gettysburg. I was a pretty good athlete, and I got inducted into the Hall of Fame. And that's what they found, and somehow linked it to me. And then next thing I know, this gentleman down here in the end leaves a note on my door. But
He stalked him.
But he didn't sign it.
He stalked him.
I'm still not sure who
I signed it, Randy.
did.
you didn't read that
sign
part.
it, Randy. Oh, and I guess I figured it because you had like 70 or 68 or something.
Yeah.
You did sign it, Randy. Anyway, I had to do a little detective work, and next thing you know,
Well, if it wouldn't be for the internet nowadays, we would have never found you anyway.
Yeah, it wouldn't have
We could have
happened.
done that 50 years ago.
That's exactly
Yeah.
right. So we start, and this was, how long ago was that?
About
5 years? 5 years ago?
Yeah, about 5 years. Maybe
Is that
6.
long?
So we started getting together every year and had like a kind of a family reunion. You know, the
band
four of us and our wives would get together, and we'd meet at everybody else's house, and we'd go out to eat every once in a while, and you know.
Go watch a movie.
And then at one point, somebody said, "We should jam. We should jam."
I think I said that looking at all that equipment in your basement, it was like, look at that shit stuff.
This is the guy.
And it's like,
it was him.
Let's jam a little bit. Now, we were all a little schnockered, but
Oh,
it was fun.
Speak
Like,
for yourself.
wow.
He forgot to mention it was this really nice studio in his basement also has a really nice bar.
that's
Right next to it.
Well, you know,
Anything.
I try to
Studio
take care of
slash
people.
bar.
There's even a couch if you crash.
Yeah,
Huge television,
we have accommodations.
bathroom, showers.
So we started jamming together, you know, and well, okay, I guess what happened then was I got involved with the Magical History Tour, and I sat in with the Uncle Drew back in 2015. I guess I'm up there somewhere, and Gene said we should get in that Magical History Tour. We can do that. And I was like, yeah, we can do that. And these guys were
I
like,
was only kidding.
I don't know. But it
Yeah, I
kinda-
thought there was like a deal that we weren't taking this anywhere official.
that's right. That's right. That's
We're
right.
just gonna have a little fun.
We were just gonna have a little fun, get together, jam, and remember the old days. You know, like
Yeah.
fumble through the Animals tunes, stuff like that. But
Well, it became quite a thing. Everybody was. We heard several participants came just to see you guys.
I'll
And
tell you what,
guys started following. So that was really cool.
it was pretty exciting. There was a lot of buzz on Facebook, from what I understand, and classmates.com. And,
Yeah.
you know, those kind of.
What got me was playing there when the people after the first song stood up and clapped and cheered. I was like, I yelled over to Randy.
I thought they'd all be getting like beer and food.
Yeah, I yelled over to Randy.
Going to the
Are these
restroom.
people drunk already? What are they?
No, but they like sat there, and then when they actually applauded and cheers, like,
And after every song, it was like, huh.
they even got up in the middle of a couple songs.
The
It's
people
like,
were dancing
whoa.
and everything.
It was funny. We hassled back and forth quite a bit on what our set list would be. And I remember you asked me. No, it was Don. I'm sorry, it was Don Botch on the Red Eagle thing. He asked me, "What's your set list going to be?" I said, "I'm not telling you. I don't want to tell you. I don't want to give any secrets away." And, like it was some big secret, you know.
We didn't want to tell anybody about Louie.
But we tried to pick songs that were from the era that we played in the band when we were what we were back in, you know,
And they were.
67.
They were all the 60s.
Yeah, it was,
Oh,
all,
yeah,
it was
yeah.
all that stuff. So let's go. Let's run the set list. What did we do? We started with
Going to a go-go.
Going to a Go-Go.
Stand by me.
Stand by me,
Stand by
Benny
me.
King.
Boom. And then,
Expressway.
I don't know,
Expressway.
Expressway.
Then Light My Fire.
Light My Fire. That was a cool one. I like that.
And then
Love is a beautiful thing.
Love is a
Love is a
beautiful,
Beautiful
thing.
Thing.
Modulated into When a Man Loves a Woman. Into
Spooky.
Spooky. Not Snoopy. Spooky.
Spooky. Function at the junction.
Function at the Junction.
Function at the Junction.
Louis.
And Louie
I
Louie.
for that one.
We were like, what are we going to do to end this set? And I'm like,
Have a sing-along.
what is the biggest song that you guys remember from the 60s? And I said, Louie Louie, man.
I think it should have been Wipeout.
I was a little unsure.
About Louie Louie.
Louie.
So that seems so like
Passe. It was,
But then right around that time, the real Rock and Roll Hall of Fame started this new category this year of top 45s, and the artist could not be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And honest to God, one of them was Louie Louie.
tell you, man.
Yeah, unreal.
So,
There's not a kid that in our neighborhood that did not know the lyrics good, bad, dirty, nice.
Most of them knew the
Or what-
bad lyrics, not the ones.
But
Well, we sang the original.
The good ones.
That's
Right.
probably the whole U.S.
but I was definitely
just our
drawing the
neighborhood.
line on Hang On Sloopy. We were not doing that song.
I don't think the people there knew how to do line dances up the middle like American Bandstand. Anymore.
Actually, Hang On Sloopy. That was our first gig ever. Our first gig. Right? Am I right?
I think so.
We played a gig. Your dad or your mom got us that gig at Lars Park Elementary School. We're playing for 6th graders now, right? And because Scott's parents were both teachers, so they were involved in the school district,
yeah.
right? And they said, "Hey, we're gonna have a what do they call it? The 6th grade tea." It was like a tea.
I kind of remember it. I didn't know that was the name of it.
The
I'll
tea,
take your word
the
for
6th
it.
grade tea. And we played Hang On Sloopy for 45 minutes while all these kids went, down the dance line. Oh my God.
That I remember.
Yeah, that and Mustang Sally. Tired of those songs.
Do you have any other memorable moments or shows that really stand out?
Yeah, we burned down the, what was the name of that? Antietam
Crystal Ballroom.
Crystal Ballroom.
Don't say that. That was just in the paper the other day.
Yeah.
Really? We didn't burn it down. We were the last band to play there, I think on a Saturday night, and it burned down the next
Yeah,
day.
they never caught the people that did it neither.
No.
No.
So you're still on the run, huh? Yeah.
What other?
Well, she asked about memorable things. I remember,
The frat parties.
well, we already said that, but there was a number of Battle of the Bands.
Oh, yeah.
That was a big
Out the
thing
stadium.
back then.
Yeah, they always had
Stadium,
battles of the bands.
City, at the band shell at City Park.
Yep.
Stadium.
We did that.
And those were fun, man.
Yeah.
We were in a bunch of those. I don't know that we won
You
any.
didn't get paid for them, though. Did you?
We didn't get paid
There
for
wasn't a
much
whole
of
lot of
anything.
pay. There wasn't a whole lot of pay.
It wasn't the money.
That's right.
It sounds like you guys had a lot of fun playing together.
We did.
Oh, we did.
We had a lot of fun.
Yeah, and now we get to remember it all over again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks.
As long as we can remember.
Yeah, our memories aren't always identical.
Yeah,
That's true.
Huh?
That
Are
is
you
true.
sure about that?
That is true.
Yeah, I don't remember that one.
But I think between all 4 of us here, I think we have a pretty good, agreeable recollection of what went
Oh,
on
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
back in the day.
Yeah.
Our parents took us to jobs, we played, and then we got a couple of dollars and we went home.
Yeah, my mom had actually kept a list of
Oh,
all
yeah.
our jobs.
Oh.
Well, we got paid.
The first time that Randy and I went down to visit with Scott after he stalked him, Scott said, "Oh, I knew you guys were coming. I got all this stuff." He said, "He got a stack of pictures like this. He got out a ledger book. Well, we played here, and this is what we got paid, and this."
But you know what we didn't have? We never
Pay
could come up
stubs.
with a playlist.
No.
Because we weren't even 100% sure about, oh, we did that song. No, we didn't. Yes, we did.
Oh, yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, there wasn't
Well,
a couple of
that doesn't happen
discrepancies
until
there.
you become professional. We were just, we were just kids. We didn't know any better.
Pride and joys.
Pride and
We
joy.
had a lot of fun.
So where does the name Pride and Joys come from?
I have no idea.
I think,
I think it was yours.
I think it had something to do with the song, My Pride and
The
Joy.
Pride and Joy, the
My Pride
Marvin
and Joy,
Gaye,
yeah.
Marvin
the
Gaye
Marvin
song.
Gaye thing.
And it, just the
you
words.
might be right.
And there was the parents thing, like we were the pride and joys of our parents.
I never heard that one.
Shut up, Gene! I just made that up, man.
Yeah, it
I was
sounded
going for a
alright.
good closer
Yeah.
here, and you blew it.
Yeah, we're their pride and joys.
All our parents are gone, Kenny. You can go hear it.
But they're watching down on us. Saying, what?
The pride and joys. Well, that's the way I always accepted.
There you go.
Because
Yeah.
I wanted to be like the Blue Goose Baboons or something like that.
But you know, it
and
was
Scott
cool.
was a pride and joys. I'm like, I can't compete with that.
But you're talking about parents. They always could stay in the background. And they knew not to hang around. They'd drop us off and they'd disappear. Who knows
Parents
where
were the
they went?
best.
They'd come back when it was over.
Our parents were the best
Yeah.
back
Yeah.
then, man.
They never embarrassed us.
They did not. They did not. We had nothing but support from all our parents. Parents.
I think-
Parent. Did I say parents? Edit.
I think you meant appearances.
No, I just messed up.
So before we wrap it up, do you have any advice that you would give to an up and coming musician, somebody
Yeah.
that's trying to get into
Don't start.
playing gigs and things like that? You have any suggestions
Exactly the
or
opposite
words
of what
wisdom?
he said. Yeah, exactly the opposite. Just play your heart.
Yeah.
Play your heart. Read your mind.
Do it.
Say your mind. Play your heart.
The thing I found that's so new and different is I have my own little studio in the kitchen. But you know, you get the iPad and the Bluetooth, and man, you got your own band right there. You can just play. I mean, you can never do that kind of stuff.
No,
the world is so different. But
and even I'm sorry, I'm bad.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
The one thing I found is like, okay, here's some songs we're going to do. Here's the key we're going to do it. You know, I'm getting blisters just thinking about playing it. But heck, you go on the internet, it's like.
It's right
bass
there.
parts for
it's right there.
Every song you
right
got
there.
10 videos of how to play the bass part or the bass cover. Anyway.
It's right there.
Yeah.
Everything's right there these days.
practice hard.
Kind of unfair.
Practice hard.
Yeah.
Something I think, if you really want to get serious about it, you got to practice, get your chops working, and
Learn the music.
Yeah.
Learn the music. I mean, you know,
learn more than 2 or 3 keys too.
I taught guitar for many years, and the kids that come in, they just, you know, because they have all this
At the
availability
fingertips,
at their fingertips, they don't want to learn to read, and I didn't want to either when I was their age. I really didn't. But man, oh man, it takes you from here to here.
Yeah.
If you learn to read. Learn to read the music, kids. Read the music.
And that's on the internet too.
Do they say that?
Lessons.
Do they say those
They
things?
say that,
Yeah.
and like I said, they got all the lessons
Yeah.
right there.
It's a little bit of a pain, but get over it. You know, grow up. Learn to read.
That's for sure.
Randy's a good reader. Randy learned to read, man. George Haller
Yeah, and I forgot it all now.
beat the drums into you, man.
Yeah.
But now you're learning to read piano.
You took lessons from Tommy Fessler?
Yeah, that was much later.
No, but still.
Much later. Yeah, he was a
Yeah.
freak.
Learn-
I mean, he was a musical genius.
Yes,
I mean,
that's what you meant by that.
I think so. Yeah, that's the ticket. No, he was amazing. That guy could play like he had 5 or 6 hands.
I gotta say, one night I used to hang out at Orth Music over in West Reading. Orth Music, yeah.
I did here and there.
It was like New Year's Eve or something, and Tommy Fessler came in, and
Sat down?
between Tommy and Rod
Yeah.
and me, we just started jamming, and it was unbelievable. I was so out of my league. I mean, man, I was like a kid playing a ukulele with these geniuses behind me.
One of the best parts about taking lessons with Tommy Fessler, was I'd have about a 2-hour lesson. Then we'd wrap it up. We'd go down to the West Reading Diner and drink. And he bought.
It was the West Reading Hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hotel. And he bought.
Well, that's about all the time we have, and thank you guys so much for joining us and sharing your pride and joy with all the people who follow the Berks County Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.